I'm here at the stands with the audience here in Changmitang Football Stadium, and it appears to be a full house here, and the mood here is quite electrifying. And as we all prepare for this match between Sri Lanka and Bhutan,
we have our forward Stencho Galson, who plays for a club in Thailand, Buriram FC. He's a very promising Bhutanese player, young player. He's 19, I think he's 20 years old, and so he has a bright career ahead of him. And from the Sri Lankan side, we have number 5 who plays for midfield. His name is Zarwan. He plays professional football in Seychelles. He's also a very young player. He's, I think, just 18 years old right now. So he's the bright star for Sri Lankan football in the future.
Salam, I can barely hear you with this wave, this one voice that is echoing throughout the Changlimithang Stadium. I hope we from the BBS are doing justice to the spectators at home, and you can get a feel of this electrifying atmosphere that has turned to be the Changlimithang Stadium. We have for you the graphics of the Sri Lankan squad.
Kama, what we are witnessing right now is the football wave, which we see in World Cups. So it's appropriate we do it today because this is a World Cup pre-qualifying match.
Banner is being brought out onto the field.
Kama, this is the moment we have all been waiting for. The two teams officially out. I think we are moments before kickoff.
I mean, so in my lifetime, I never thought I'd be sitting on, let alone commenting on this match, but to be an audience, to be sitting on this field, on the Changlimithang Stadium, it's an honor. as is regulation, we had the Sri Lankan national anthem as well as the Bhutanese national anthem, and now we have the players shaking hands. I mean, Sonam, it just comes to mind that not only have our boys done us proud in Sri Lanka.
I'm sure you will hear us talk about this historic moment time and time again. And there we go with the kickoff.
It's like the protective deities of Bhutan are also supporting the match as we have excellent sunlight.
We have Team Bhutan with the first throw-in. As we see by the Sri Lankan formation, they are going for an all-out attack, fielding 3 strikers, which is quite unprecedented given it is an international match.
Okay, Bhutan going for their first attack. Could this be the moment? Okay, the attack is still on. Still on. Bhutan still has possession. Sonam, we got a taste of what the match is going to be like.
Yes, Karma, it's a bright start for Team Bhutan. First attack on the Sri Lankan post, and now Bhutan has the first corner kick.
Doesn't really look like Bhutan is also going for a defensive formation, Sonam.
Comparing to the formation they were using in Sri Lanka, where they were going all defensive with a lone striker. Today they are going slightly more offensive with 4 defense, 5 midfielders and a striker. That's the captain, Kama Shedu for Bhutan, number 8, followed by the number 11 of Sri Lanka. Number 11, Bandara.
So Bhutan with the first corner and the first free kick.
Team Bhutan piling up pressure on the Sri Lankan defense. The crowd thinks there was a handball on Bandara, but the referee has decided to let it go. The ball has gone out for a Sri Lankan throw. In the opening minutes, the Bhutan team is looking slightly more confident of the two teams. Sri Lankans doing some nervous defending.
Another Bhutanese throw in.
As you can see, the Bhutan team always trying to look for number 7, Chencho Gyaltsen. He's very quick, he's physically strong.
We are yet to see the ball progress further in the offensive side to the upper part of the pitch from the Sri Lankan side.
So far, the home team trying to pressurize the Sri Lankan defense.
Sonam, the fact that we have such young players, I guess stamina is not going to be a problem as well, because one would imagine that to play an all-out attacking game, by the time the match is coming to an end, you would be quite out of energy.
That's true, Karma. I think the fact that we have a We have both the teams, very young teams. There are problems with the experience, with the technical side, but stamina is one of their last problems because they're still very young, and I'm sure they can play 2 games in a row.
Okay, there
is
we
Central
have
Galson.
Sagar.
Central
Yes!
Galson with the goal! That's a goal for Team
Ladies
Bhutan!
and gentlemen, Bhutan with the first goal. Bhutan draws first blood yet again. Not even 5 minutes into the game and we have the first goal scored by the home side.
That was Bhutan's ever dependable striker, Central Galson, who outran his defender, and he gave a cheeky goal against the Sri Lankan goalkeeper. It's a big task for Sri Lankans now, especially given the fact that now they are 2 goals down.
And the already electric atmosphere is now, I cannot find a word to describe how the audience is reacting to this.
Come to think of it, that was the first ever World Cup qualifying home goal. And now the Sri Lankans are trying to score a goal of their own, but that was out for a goal kick.
Well, football, this is football and you never know when the scale tips, so it's too early to say anything. But Bhutan with the advantage in the second leg as well. For those of you who have just joined us, this is the live broadcast on BBS Channel 1 and 2 of the second leg of the Asia Zone pre-qualifying matches.
We have the replay of the goal. As you can see, Central Galson outran the defender, and then what an intelligent goal. He knew the keeper was coming, but the keeper had to commit, and it was good composure showed by Central to flick the ball right next to the keeper. Good goal overall.
And he's 19 years old, I believe.
Yes, he's a very young player, a promising player for the national team. There you can see number 7, Central Galson. You just saw how quick he can be, and that pace of his can be a threat to any defense. But you also have to feel for the young Sri Lankan team. They are now 2 goals down, playing away from home.
In an artificial pitch.
Yes, that's true also.
High up in the Himalayas, from down next to the sea.
Another corner for Team Bhutan. Impressive start for Team Bhutan so far. They have been the more dominant team of the 2. Corner for Bhutan, won by number 22, Lendrup Doji.
The keeper punches it out. And Bhutan again.
That was Man Badal Gurung. And now Team Sri Lanka
with an excellent pass and a decisive slide from the Bhutanese defender.
There is Team Sri Lanka with their first attempt. Unfortunately could not get the final touch. goal kick for Bhutan.
If the keeper goes for a long ball, he has the wind at his advantage.
As you can see, Karma, the players are driven by the crowd. The first 5 minutes or so has been full of action. No team are leaving it to any chance. Both teams trying to put pressure on each other, trying to win the ball back, and that's good to see.
Good attempt by Sri Lanka, but the keeper saves the day again. Could this be goal number 2 for Bhutan? Nice cross, but the keeper makes an excellent save.
Among the two teams, the Bhutan team is playing slightly more confidently. You can see in the attack, the body language, that they're taking their time. They're not getting nervous. They're not attacking randomly.
Yes, I see what you're saying, Sonam. You look at the Sri Lankan squad and they look like a bundle of nerves. But here they are making their attack. Excellent play by the number 11, and they have their second corner.
Number 11, Bandara, who is 24 years of age. He plays for a local club in Sri Lanka, in Colombo, for the Air Force team.
That was a sneaky attempt there.
Yes, Bandara tried a good cross, and now they have a corner.
He hit it too high, too long, and sadly an opportunity lost for the Sri Lankan side.
Yes, Karma, that corner kicker was Mohammad Rifnas, who is also a very young player, 20 years of age, who is still a college student. And there we have another example of how dangerous Chencho's pace can be, making the defense nervous, threw the ball out for a throw-in. Because it has been an action-packed 10 minutes, you can see maybe the team Bhutan is taking the game slightly bit slowly.
That would be advisable, wouldn't it, sir?
Yes, it would be, but right now it's still too early in the game to implement such a strategy. Because sometimes it can be risky. It can fire back. But everything seems to be happening fine for Team Bhutan right now.
It's like the planets are aligned for this Bhutan squad. But the show is still going on, and it is not over till the fat lady sings.
There we have Biran Basnet from RTC, college student. That was a good cross.
Great cross. The ball is still alive, but yes, Sri Lanka.
Good piece of defending by Man Badar Gurung, number 2 of the Bhutanese team. We haven't seen much of the Sri Lankan star Zarwan. Sri Lankans are playing a little more patiently. They're trying to build up their play rather than go for spontaneous attacks. There we have Zarwan, number 5. The referee has call that a foul on number 9 of the Bhutanese team. Ugen Doji. Almost the whole squad has come back to defend.
That was a close one. Sri Lanka looking more threatening by the minute.
For those of you who's just joining us, right now Bhutan is leading the game 1-0. The goal scored by Chencho Gyaltsen. A spectacular goal.
Sri Lanka have a throw-in in a very threatening position. The Bhutanese goalie went way out, left his post unattended.
There was a kick straight to the Sri Lankan side.
I don't know, Sonam, whether he was actually planning to kick that hard or it was the wind which took it across the line.
I'm sure he was looking for Chencho Gyaltsen, as is their standard team play. But unfortunately, maybe the wind also played a part of it. It went a bit too hard. Foul on Siring Doji, the goal scorer in Colombo. Sorry, there was a foul on number 17, Biran Basnet.
Another free kick and a very good position. Let's see what the Bhutanese squad can make out of this. Oh, that was close. It just shaved the goalpost.
Karma, that was a very dangerous kick. If he had been slightly more luckier, that would have easily curved into the goal. So a dangerous moment for Team Sri Lanka.
I mean, Sonam, we hear about this Bhutanese squad, but seeing them in action is really something else. Corner again, falls for number 4.
Good calm play by number 11. Showed good composure there. There was a mistake by the Sri Lankan defender. Luckily, the goalkeeper was able to catch it. Good long ball for Sri Lanka. Unfortunately, they couldn't keep the ball in play. The ball's out for a Bhutan throw-in. Another long ball in, looking for number 7, Chencho Gyaltsen. A smart play by number 13 of Sri Lanka. A missed pass by number 11. Bandara, number 11. He has seen quite a bit of the ball.
We can see the Sri Lankan coach Nicola getting a bit excited. I believe, Sonam, the Sri Lankan coach is also amongst he's considered to be one of the youngest coaches.
Yes, he is. He was the coach for Tajikistan before this, and now he's the head coach of Sri Lanka. And there was a time when he was the youngest national coach in the world.
Obviously, not having a good day today.
I guess we could say that, but still a long way to go. Sanjay Galson there, claiming for a handball, but the referee has decided against it.
Okay. The Bhutanese crowd is out with drums and balloons, and I mean it's crazy here.
There was good defending by number 2, Man Badal Gurung.
Corner for Sri Lanka.
I think one of the standout performers for Team Bhutan has been their defense. The combination of Bahadur Gurung, Jimmy Doji, Kaman Nirup and Dawa Galson has been the pillar of strength for the team.
And great defending, good header. The ball finding its way into the Sri Lankan side, and they send it back to the goalie. Sri Lanka going for attack.
Number 14 for Sri Lanka, Rifnas held on the ball for a bit too long, and now
Is
he
this
has
goal
control.
number 2? Nearly, very close.
That was a good idea by number 14 Rifnas. Unfortunately, his teammate could not keep the ball in.
We discussed earlier, Sonam, I think the artificial pitch is also making a huge difference. You can see the ball going a little further than what the Sri Lankan players are intending to.
I'm sure the artificial pitch makes a little bit of difference, because especially given the fact that the Sri Lankan team, they are not used to such a pitch. That is the Sri Lankan captain Sanjeeva trying to chase the ball down, but unfortunately could not keep it in. Sri Lankans are playing more confidently now, playing patiently, trying to build up the game. Biren Basnet, number 17, letting the ball go out for a throw-in.
Very nice pass. He's up.
A dangerous scuffle in the deep box of the Sri Lankan team.
And Sri Lanka did a good job of keeping the ball out.
the Sri Lankan side are trying to build up a successful play, but they haven't been able to do that so far. Some nice passing by Rifnas and Bandara of Sri Lanka, but unfortunately things have not worked out for them so far. But they are looking more confident by the minute, and it's something Bhutan should be careful of. Good defending by Bhutan. That was a dangerous cross from the Sri Lankan player. Manbadar Gurung at the right time, at the right place. Good skill from the Sri Lankan player. Unfortunately, his cross went out. You can also see that the Sri Lankan team, they are trying for one-touch passes, something like how Barcelona plays the tiki-taka system. You can see that the players are not holding on to the ball. They try to pass it as soon as possible. But the Bhutanese team has defended quite well up to this point. Another throw-in for Team Bhutan. You can see the coach of Sri Lanka looking tensed. The referee has decided to give it a goal kick for Sri Lanka.
I mean, in the last 10 minutes or so, Sri Lanka has been the more attacking side.
Yes, Karma. The Sri Lankan team, they're looking more composed now than in the beginning of the game. This very vocal Bhutanese crowd can be quite daunting for an away team.
Good combination play within the Sri Lankans, but that threat shut down. And it's a counter-attack from the Bhutanese side.
Dangerous play.
He's in the zone.
There was a good chance for Team Bhutan. A good pass by Sencho Galton. There was a very good pass from Sencho Galton, but unfortunately, Biren couldn't kick the ball in. A good defense by the Sri Lankan team. We have the fourth corner for Team Bhutan. It's floated it dangerously.
It was open on the side, but no, not this time. That was a nice cross, but the Bhutanese defense, the Bhutanese wall, if you can call it that, shuts down the attack again. But this Sri Lankan side is asking questions. They're asking a lot of questions. Bhutan on the counter. Chencho with a good clearance.
We have reached the half an hour mark of the game. Kamashita with the ball. Good pass to Chencho Gatsen.
Pass. And sadly, offside.
That was a close offside, but good decision by the linesman.
Great pass from Sri Lanka. He couldn't make it.
A good pass to Ishan, number 13. Unfortunately, couldn't keep the ball in. The Sri Lankans are making a lot of long passes, dangerous long passes, but unfortunately, nothing has materialized so far. Dangerous ball for Bhutan. Cleared by Biren Basnet. Good pass for Sri Lanka. And again, good defending by Jigmeet Singh. Jigmeet Singh, who is still a young student, studying in RTC here in the second year. The Sri Lankan coach looking not too happy with the way things are going. His team with the corner now. And that was a dangerous corner. And then there it is, the first goal for Sri Lanka. Scored from a corner. Yes, Karma, the way home and away goals are, an away goal, like I said before, is worth 1.5 goals. So this, as things stand, Bhutan has scored 2.5 and Sri Lanka has scored 1.5. And should they score one more, then they have 2 away goals, which means it's equivalent to 3 goals. So should they score one more, and if the score remains the same, then Team Sri Lanka goes through.
There is the Sri Lankan goal. 3 minutes after the half an hour mark. And like Sonam was sharing, if they score another goal and if Bhutan remains at 1 goal, then Sri Lanka go through to the next round.
Karma, as we talked about it earlier, the goal scorer was again the man to watch the Sri Lankan team, Zarwan, the only professional player in their team. They're again coming with the crosses. Sri Lankan team become confident with their goal, looking more lively.
And more threatening.
Yes, and more threatening.
Bhutan still holds one away goal advantage. Right now in the second leg, the scores are level at 1-1. For those of you who just tuned in, this is the live broadcast of the Sri Lanka-Bhutan match. And Sri Lanka not content, not relaxing. They want to go to end the half time with an advantage.
There's a Bhutanese player on the ground. Looks like he's injured. Number 11, Karman Yuduk. There is the Sri Lankan captain explaining to the referee that the foul was not meant. No harm meant. Now the Serbian coach of Sri Lanka trying to rally his boys around. That was a dangerous throw-in by the Sri Lankan team. A long throw-in. There is Central Gatson again in the game. Number 5 looking for the corner, looking for the cross. But the cross went a bit too wide for him. And number 17, Biren Basnet, who has been one of the more active players. He has seen a lot of the ball so far. Atmosphere is quite loud in the stadium. We can barely hear ourselves talking.
Bhutan looking to get Sri Lanka with a counter-attack. I mean, I guess that's one of their strategies, Sonam, to get the fast break to Central Gelson.
Yes, both teams want to win the game. And I had a short chat with the coach of Sri Lanka in the pre-match press conference. He was telling me that the Sri Lankan team dug a hole for themselves in the home game. They didn't do what they were supposed to do. They created a mess, and he was determined to correct the mistake here. And the Sri Lankan team showing more confidence, more composure. And it's good to watch this game because there is no one team that is winning the battle right now. Both teams looking almost at the same level.
We have school students, and the cabinet also requested all officers to let their employees watch this match. And the stadium is packed, like we mentioned earlier, to its capacity. In fact, we have people even peeping and climbing over the fences. Bhutan in a very good position to make an attack, and
that was a good opportunity for Bhutan, but a decisive save by the Sri Lankan goalkeeper. Both teams are looking dangerous. They look like they might score a goal any minute, and it's a good game for the audience. Everybody loves to watch attacking football.
Yes,
that's what's happening right now.
Speaking of attacking, not much happening in the midfield.
Yes, Karma. I think, like we have discussed this before, both teams very young and a very big responsibility to be playing in a World Cup qualifier with the weight of nation over you.
Beautiful pass, but sadly, offside again.
That was a good pass to Zencho, but unfortunately it was offside. So as I was saying, both teams playing very attacking football. As you can see, you can hardly see the ball in the midfield area. The ball going from one corner to another. Good pressure from the Bhutanese team. And the referee has decided that was a foul on Viren Basnet. Number 16, Siring Dorji, standing over the ball. That's the national coach of Bhutan, Chukinima.
Very good position for a free kick. Same area from where we had the first attempt, which was nearly a goal.
Siring Dorji, the goal scorer in the first leg, going for a...
Goes straight for goal and unfortunately kicks it a little bit too high.
That was a unnecessary free kick from number 16, Siring Dorji.
The national coach visibly not happy with that attempt. Bhutan again attacking.
There was the captain, Karma Shedup, trying really hard to keep the ball in play.
And we are less than half a minute away from halftime. A good throw in. Ball still with Bhutan. Attempts.
Good clearance by the Sri Lankans.
Are we going to have a late goal from the Sri Lankan side?
There was good pressure from their striker.
We have hit the 45 minutes, the half-time mark.
Not quite sure what happened there. Looks like the referee has given a foul on Sri Lanka. Free kick for Bhutan. Another good passing from Team Bhutan, but couldn't manage to capitalize. It looks the referee has blown the game for half-time. We have the official kickoff the second half. Everybody in the stadium looking nervous. It's a packed stadium today. As we see from the camera outside the gates, people are there watching. They've been climbing over walls. This stadium has a capacity of 25,000. Usually we see a packed stadium, but today even the stadium has been overwhelmed.
Sri Lanka pressurizing Bhutan. Good attempt, but an even better save from the keeper, who shows great presence. It's a do-or-die situation for the Sri Lankan squad, Sonam.
Yes, it is. If the score stays as it is right now, then obviously they are out, and they would like to stay in the competition. They need one more goal to qualify, and I'm sure they will try their best.
Coming close. The Bhutanese, that was the first attack from the Bhutanese side after the second half kickoff.
Goji, the goal scorer of the first leg. The Bhutan team looking for a cross. Good defending by the Sri Lankan player. That could have been a dangerous cross.
I mean, the goal from Sri Lanka's side has really boosted the confidence, and they look like a more grounded side right now.
Yes, I think the effect of the goal on the Sri Lankan team has been obvious. They were looking a little bit, like I said, a little bit nervous in the beginning, but now they seem to be playing like a team, playing like it's their home game. They're looking much more confident. And I think this one is going to be anybody's game. Both teams are becoming dangerously close. And in football, just a matter of one goal and everything changes. So right now, the way I see it, I think it's anybody's game.
So the referee calls a foul. The crowd obviously not happy with that foul.
Foul on Sering Doji, number 16. And there he is, Zarwan, the bright star of Sri Lankan football, who's been ever so lively today. He's been an attacking threat. That's a good cross.
Good cross.
And good
Ball
defending.
is still alive.
There you see the foul. It wasn't intentional by the Sri Lankan player. I think it was a clip on his thighs.
The Bhutanese crowd as well, Sonam, maintaining their hospitable, Bhutanese nature that, we are known for our hospitality, and so far, we haven't heard any untoward word or action from the audience. Pressure rising. I think Sri Lanka is getting more and more insistent.
The way they have started the second half, both teams are very cautious. They are defending well and trying to counter-attack.
Sonam, given how important this game is, what's heartening and nice to see is the fact that so far there has been no cards shown.
Yes, I think one yellow card was shown in the first half, but other than that, so far the game has been good-tempered. Even though this game means a lot to both the teams, you would expect the game to be sometimes to get a bit ugly, sometimes to get a bit hot-tempered. Maybe it might later on, but so far I think credit to both teams. They've been very friendly.
Like you were saying, Sonam, as the clock winds down, I'm sure there might be some cards shown.
Yes, from the body language we see so far, both teams taking it easy. Karma Shedup, the captain, he can be a danger from that area. He's a good free kick taker, as you all know.
This is the moment.
The crowd anxiously waiting for how the free kick would turn out. That was a good try by the Bhutan captain. This crowd in the Changlemathang Stadium getting bigger and bigger by the minute. A dangerous corner for Team Bhutan. It couldn't connect properly. The free kick taken by the Bhutan captain Karma Shedup. It was a good idea, but I think he hit it a bit too high. There was a good through play by Chenchu Galson and a good defensive awareness by the goalkeeper coming all the way forward. It's a bit like how the Germany keeper Manuel Neuer is known for stepping over his line and acting as the fifth defender.
Dangerous as well.
And now Team Bhutan coming close. You can see the players getting a bit frustrated. The Bhutanese crowd must be hoping for the score to stay the same, or for the Bhutan team to score one more. Even the crowd is looking a bit more nervous than they were in the beginning. The Bhutan team coming close. That was close by Chencho Gyaltsen. He had a man coming from the other side, but unfortunately could not pick him up. That could have easily been a goal. There was a good cross by number 22 from the Bhutan team. He has support behind him.
Deflects. Wow!
And that was a spectacular goal.
Across the field.
I think there is a bit of a confusion here. The referee has given it as offside.
But the goal has been cancelled. The crowd obviously unhappy with the referee's decision.
I'm not really sure what happened there, because that was a legitimate goal. He scored it from outside the D area.
Sri Lanka looking to reply.
We have two players injured. A Sri Lankan defender and the Bhutanese striker, both down injured. The Sri Lankan physio calling for more help. Looks like the injury is more serious than thought. That's the Bhutan team manager, Mr. Yishet Sering, looking a bit tensed. The injured player, number 2 of the Bhutan team, Man Bahadur Gurung, seems to have recovered now. The injured Sri Lankan player, Zarwan, waiting to come in.
And that was the goal. Not to be. Sri Lanka have a free kick in a very dangerous position. Bhutanese wall stands before the kicker and he attempts, goes for goal and hits it wide.
There was a good pass by Kamashiro.
Attack looked promising, but sadly the cross was too high. And we are now nearing the 1 hour mark.
I'm hearing that the previous disallowed goal was because the last touch was made by Central Galson, who was on an offside position. I'm sure many fans here could not see it because the ball was kicked from outside the D area and it ended up behind the net, and not many saw that Central had a touch in between.
And obviously, like the audience just witnessed, although the goal was nullified and cancelled, it still had an impact on the team spirits. And I mean, it makes it makes it look possible for the Bhutanese squad to score another goal.
The Sri Lankans must score one more goal if they are to qualify, and I'm sure they will be fighting tooth and nail for it.
The sun has left the Changlimitang Stadium, but the energy and enthusiasm is still as electrifying as it was when we kicked off 1 hour ago, or if not more. The Bhutan squad looks a bit impatient, Sonam.
That was a terrible pass from the Sri Lankan keeper. They cannot afford to make any such mistakes because they are still behind and they need that one goal to qualify. The Bhutan team looking more energetic now. As the Bhutan captain Kamashiro. One Bhutanese player is down in the field. A lot of tussle in the midfield. The Bhutanese player still down, and the Sri Lankan keeper has kicked the ball out. Fair play to them. A Bhutanese player down. Not quite sure who the player is. It looks to be the number 4, Jigmeet Singh.
Sonam, so whichever team wins this match, what happens to them? What is the second round, or what is the next round all about? Can you share something about that?
Well, just as an example, should Bhutan qualify for the qualifying matches of the World Cup 2018. Possibly you could be pitted against one of the top teams in Asia. Like for example, you could play against Australia, Japan, South Korea. And also, I think if you qualify, there are 8 qualifying matches, home and away. So you could potentially have 4 very big international teams coming here to play their away game. And it should be a good treat for the Bhutanese crowd, because talents in Australia, Japan and South Korea, they have some very talented players, and it would be a good treat for the Bhutanese crowd. The linesman has called that for an offside. Zarwan, the Sri Lankan player.
This is the moment. And
that was a painful miss.
And a missed opportunity.
That was
clearly a golden opportunity missed.
That was a dangerous chance, Karma, for Team Bhutan. There were 2 players clearly free in the D area. I think he had more time than he thought he had. That was close. And a nice cross! What a beautiful cross.
As the atmosphere gets colder, the Bhutanese side rising to the challenge, looking more threatening. Great pass, but clearly he was offline.
What a game is turning out to be, Karma. A very interesting game from the perspective of the crowd. A very attacking game with a lot of created chances, a lot of missed chances. And there again is the Bhutanese team with the chance.
Pass. No!
What a miss. That
yet again denied.
That is a costly miss, Karma. That miss, those kind of misses can cost you the game, and it can cost you the World Cup qualifying group stage also. Bhutan in the last 10 minutes had 2 clear chances, 2 very good chances, and they could not capitalize on that. Let's just hope that it doesn't come back to haunt them.
Let's hope so, Sonam. But we have a corner, so let's see what happens, what they make out of this corner. They take a short one. Yet another corner.
We can see the Bhutanese coach Chukinima getting quite emotional on the sidelines. You can barely contain his emotion.
Good cross, header, and a great save from the Sri Lankan side. I mean, Sonam, clearly it was disappointing that they missed out those 2 golden opportunities, but still, we still have to applaud them to have created those chances.
Yes, I mean, they have managed to create good chances, and credit to the Sri Lankan team. They defended well, and in some instances, like the last attempt, they were a bit lucky. The ball just had to go in the right direction, and I think it would have been at the back of the net. We have a first substitution of the game. Number 13 coming in for number 20. Dawa Gatsen coming in for Chimidoji. Now it's Sri Lanka's turn to attack. I think you have to give it to both the teams, both very young team fighting it out. Both teams created chances. Both teams are able to take the lead.
Okay, the
that's a
ball
throw-in
kicked out of
for
boundary.
Sri Lanka. Foul on number 22. I think he missed the ball completely. And now a double substitution for Team Sri Lanka. We have Da Silva and Sanjeev coming in. The player substituted Rifnas and number 20 Kumara.
Ball shot on target, but the Bhutanese keeper does a good job of saving it. Sonam, do you know anything about the players who came in from the Sri Lankan side? Are they attacking players? One would assume that the strategy would be to put in more attacking players now.
Yes, indeed, Karma. These two players who came in, they started their home game in Sri Lanka. Other than that, I really don't know much about the young Sri Lankan team, because I think we all have to remember that this is just like our national team. This is a totally overhauled team. The coach, I think he's there. He joined the Sri Lankan team 7 months ago, and this is a new project they're beginning, similar to what we are doing in Bhutan.
A lot of similarities and a similar scoreline as well. We have a little less than 20 minutes of the match, and Bhutan still holds that one away goal advantage. But like Sonam was mentioning, this is football and anything can happen.
I think, Karma, in a way, you have to give credit to the Sri Lankan team, because for a bunch of young boys to play away from home in a very new environment with almost no fans supporting for them, in a stadium like this, it can be quite a daunting task.
No doubt, Sonam, no doubt. I mean, I wouldn't want to trade places with any of them right now, looking at the crowd.
But I think overall, this is a good experience for our boys, because this is now an international game. Hopefully they will be playing a lot of it, and this is something that will really give them experience.
Okay, Sri Lanka taking the corner. That was close. That was close. The past 5 minutes or so, Sri Lanka has kind of like, one could say, has upped the pressure. The ball is being played mostly on the Bhutanese side of the pitch.
I think one player that we haven't mentioned a lot is the captain of Sri Lanka, who has been. I think there was a handball on the Bhutanese team, and the handball is in a dangerous spot. Now these are things that you don't want to do in the closing quarter of the game.
A little over 15 minutes left of regulation time. I mean, so far Bhutan has the advantage, but like you were mentioning, Sonam, if Sri Lanka scores a goal, then the scale tips in their favor.
We have the Sri Lankan captain and number 19 Nalaka standing over the ball. Can be a dangerous one.
And the crowd goes wild.
That was not
Sigh of
very,
relief.
very wide, Karma. That was it was a dangerous free kick, I think.
Yes. The Bhutanese wave turned into a wave of relief.
The foul committed on the Sri Lankan captain.
Done
A good
with a
pass
very nice
by
pass.
the Bhutanese captain.
There's a
Thomas
player
Ingram.
on the other side of the pitch. And
That
a
goal,
missed opportunity.
that was agonizingly close, Karma. This is the third very close attempt on the Sri Lankan goal.
And he had a teammate on the other side.
Yes, I think if he had just crossed it over to his captain was on the other side, he was free. But you cannot blame Sencho because in a tense match like this, it's difficult
Yes,
to be
yes.
aware of all situation. Substitution for Team Bhutan.
Bhutan again on the front foot. The Sri Lankan goalie does a good job of shutting down this attack.
The Bhutanese substitution, number 6, Lumtok Dawa coming in for Kendrup Doji, both midfielders.
Bhutan a more defensive side, more after the second half, but you see these occasional counter-attacks which seem very promising, but sadly nothing has come out of it so far.
The Bhutanese team has missed a lot of close chances. If they had converted their chances, they should have been about 4-1 up. That was a good idea by the Sri Lankan captain. He's trying to get his teammate into play, but the Bhutanese defense was there to thwart his idea. As a result, they now have a corner kick. The home crowd now becoming more energetic, trying to rally the team, trying to motivate them.
Ball goes out for a goal kick. Sonam, what can you, with your experience, I look at the two teams and one can see a lot of energy and a lot of talent on both sides, but not much of a team effort. What are your thoughts on that? Obviously, they have just come together and hasn't been long, but anything that you can share along those lines?
By judging at the second half performance, the Bhutanese team are trying to play more direct passes. They're trying not to pass too much in the midfield, contrary to what Sri Lankans are trying to do. They're trying to patiently build up play. You can see a lot of passes between the midfielders. But like you said, you can't really tell them apart, these two teams, because they're both very young, talented teams. Although I would say that the Sri Lankans are a little bit more technically they're more talented. A yellow card shown to the Sri Lankan player.
What we just witnessed, is that what they say in football, that he went for goals?
No, I think that was more of a attempt to get his teammates into play, but I think he hit it a bit too far.
A little less than 10 minutes of regulation time to play, and the score still stands tight at 1 goal apiece.
We have a substitution for Team Sri Lanka. We have Fasal in for number 17, Sunanda. They have taken out a defender and they have put in a midfielder. They have put in a striker in Fasal, and I think now realizing that there is not much time left and they really need a goal to qualify, I think they are trying to put some more attacking power in their strike force.
The Bhutanese team has shown their talent, shown strength, given a reason for Bhutan to be proud, and with a little less than 10 minutes of the match left, now they have to hold their nerves.
It was a very agonizing corner kick for the home crowd. The home crowd getting very anxious every time the Sri Lankans are going to attack. Now in the dying minutes now, it's about keeping your head cool. It's about achieving your objective. And as you can see, the Bhutan team, they are giving more attention on defending their goal.
This Bhutanese side, Sonam, not really a side which likes to play the ball around. Whenever they have the ball, they are going for the kill. And
That was a close attempt by the Sri Lankan player. As you can see, come on, the Bhutan team, maybe it's just a tactic they practice, or I mean, because this is not a tournament. It's not like a league system where you get points. This is just a one-off home-away match, and to achieve that, I think the Bhutan team, with the lack of professional players in the team and with the lack of technical qualities that we have, I think that is the only option to play directly. That was a good build-up play by Sri Lankans. But like how they were playing in the away match in Colombo, the Bhutanese team defending ever so well.
Speaking of Colombo, Sonam, it's around the time, we're close to the 86th minute, around the time that Thirring Doji made that prophetic goal. So could the 86th minute here in Thimphu as well turn out to be a game changer?
Well, I hope the Sri Lankans don't repeat that. This is, I think, as a Bhutanese, this is a very good. This is the best opportunity we have ever had to qualify, and that was agonizingly cold. That could have easily been a goal for Sri Lanka. The Bhutan keeper is doing well to parry the ball and then hit the woodwork.
Sonam, I told you, the 86th minute.
Yes, I think there seems to be something about this 86th minute, because that nearly went in. But thank God for the home crowd. Nothing like that happened. I can see around me the crowd is getting even more energetic. We are surrounded here in the commentary box by people all around us. Another good pass for Bhutan.
Great pass. Good defending by Sri Lanka.
As we see in the replay, there was a good save by the Bhutan keeper. If Bhutan goes on to win this game, I think that will be a defining moment, because had that goal gone in, right now would have been a totally different mood here.
Yes, no doubt. Tussle inside the zone.
Symbolic defending by the Sri Lankans.
Number 16, Thirring Doji.
We have the home crowd cheering the referee for any decision that goes for the home crowd. Another good long pass for Centro.
Great individual effort and goal! Goal! It might still be early to say anything, but Bhutan is on the road to Russia. It might be still early to say so, but Bhutan is on the road to Russia.
Karma, that might just be the most crucial goal that he'll ever score in his career. That might be the goal that takes us to the World Cup. Centro Galsen has just become a hero to the nation. As we see in our replay, just like his first goal, it was cool, it was calm, it was composed. I think a new hero is born today here.
Exactly. Bhutan is known to be a land of myths and legends, but right now, the both of us and this stadium packed with Bhutanese supporters just witnessed the birth of a Bhutanese hero.
Look at the crowd cheering him off. Centro Galsen subbed off. In place of Centro Galsen, we have Divas Subba, who is also a striker. He's also a fast striker like Centro. Another attacking opportunity for Bhutan.
Sonam, we are now into stoppage time. Regulation time is officially, we have reached 90 minutes and we are into stoppage time. And any moment, the referee could blow the whistle and confirm that Bhutan is on the road to Russia. I cannot say it enough.
Yes, Karma. I think we are now at the 90th minute. Sri Lanka need to score 2 goals to qualify, and I think that is very highly unlikely. So yeah, like everybody here, I guess we're just waiting for the referee to blow the whistle and confirm that Bhutan is now officially in the qualifying stages of the World Cup 2018. Ball being tracked down by Divas Subba, who just entered the game. He's full of energy. I think both teams know the result is not going to change from here on now. You can see it in the body language. Both teams.
We have an injury on the pitch. The Sri Lankan squad came into Bhutan, if not more confident than they were down in Colombo. But the Bhutanese squad had other plans.
Yellow card for the Bhutan team captain. I think everybody in the stadium relieved to see the ball go over the bar. Everybody in the stadium already in a celebratory mode. And there goes the final whistle. And Bhutan has officially qualified for the 2016 World Cup qualifying stages.
We congratulate the Bhutanese team and we applaud the Sri Lankan effort. And we congratulate all Bhutanese everywhere that we, Bhutan, for the first time in history, have qualified for the next round of the World Cup. The crowd is going crazy. Final score, Bhutan 2, Sri Lanka 1.
I cannot stop admiring the Sri Lankan team, because when you really look at it, they're just a bunch of really young boys, and to face such a vocal, loud, energetic crowd as you see here, and having performed as good as they did, I think credits to them. This team is definitely going to go far.
We saw the birth of a new hero, and we have a Bhutanese team that the youth of Bhutan can look as inspiration. The Changlimithang Stadium is echoing in one voice, speaking in one voice, and the word is Bhutan.
As you see there, the Sri Lankan coach consoling his players. I think those bunch of boys should be really proud of themselves. And obviously there's Team Bhutan. You can understand the excitement. They have done something that no Bhutanese has ever done.
They are our Neil Armstrong, our first men on the moon. On a lighter note, Sonam, Sri Lanka still have the Cricket World Cup to look forward to tomorrow. They are playing South Africa in the quarterfinals.
Yes, I'm sure. But I'm sure the Sri Lankan football fans are not quite happy with the result. I'm sure they would have wanted to advance to the next level. But judging by how they performed here, I think this team, if they can manage to stay together, I think this team is going to go a long way.
I mean, I cannot think of anything else but the fact that this year is the 60th birth anniversary of our Fort Druk Gyalpo and the Bhutanese team. I think this is the gift, their gift to the Fort Druk Gyalpo as well. Congratulations, our young boys have done it, and like Sonam said, as unbiased as I would want to be at the end of the day, I too am Bhutanese, and it has been an honor and privilege to watch this Bhutanese young team create history. And the audience, the people that you are seeing who are exiting the stadium as well, I would like to congratulate them as well for showing character and not being abusive, and truly being an audience and a crowd that other countries will think twice about when they come to play in Bhutan in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, Bhutan is on the road to Russia.